It's me!
Oh god, the baby!
Not the baby! What's wrong with the baby?
You'll microwave the baby!
I don't know.
Hello everyone, I am Redbeard, your dungeon master for Zeitgeist, the Gears of Revolution. Chapter 2, The Dying Skyseer. Session 11? 11. Tonight, I'm drinking Jameson.
Tonight I'm dehydrated again because I forgot.
And with me, as always, is Sam playing Jack.
I have sweet tea in my commemorative Gen Con cup that I paid $3 for and forgot to turn back in for my deposit.
Catherine
Bring it
playing
back
Mina.
next year.
With a whole carafe of sleepy time tea.
Oh
She has
shit.
sleep tea, I have stay awake tea.
James playing Ilferi.
I'm dehydrated again. Oops.
And Carter playing Zeodor.
I have my water cup and I'm now jealous of the carafe of tea.
Fair enough. We're back
I
after
will-
the brief holiday hiatus. And does anyone remember what is going on?
I think I put some
Catherine,
ornaments
official
on.
note taker. What do you?
I don't know that I'm official, but
I just
Now
made
you
you
are.
official.
okay. I mean, the Skyseer is dying, so we went. So we went and talked to the mayor of that section of
The
town
Nettles.
to get permission to climb up Cauldron Hill. We've still got a whole bunch of. Well, most of our leads are slowly like being.
Combining into
Yeah.
one super lead.
Well, I don't know about that, but anyway, there
Yeah,
are people
you're
doing
about-
things. There's a
I
dead
think you're
chick.
about 2/3 of the way through each thread.
Yeah. Going off of like the very end of my notes, the fun part last time was the interrogations. That was entertaining.
Oh yeah, that was last
Mina-
time, wasn't it?
Mina threatened a child. That happened.
Yeah, I decided to make Mina bad cop on a whim.
Yeah, that worked. That worked great. Anyway,
We were
the
stuck with
short
good
version
pop-
is
good
next
time.
time on Zeitgeist. ... 1. Investigate the Nettles during the afternoon because we already spoke to
The mayor of the Nettles.
the mayor.
Yep.
At 8 p.m., head to the theater in Parody Lake for the meeting. Then the next day, apothecary and snoop around, pick up the dying Skyseer and get him to the Cauldron Hill by between noon and 2 p.m. And then
Sure that wasn't midnight and 2 a.m.?
no, because we have to climb the hill while it's daylight,
Oh, okay.
or the things on the hill will kill us.
Oh, okay.
So it was between noon and 2. And then when we get back from that shit, we have to look into Nalas's meeting with Dobby. And then Prophet, question mark?
Yeah, because Nalas's meeting with Dobby is the day after,
Exactly.
but that's good because we need to be up on Cauldron Hill at night.
Now,
Exactly.
because we're playing D&D, I have to ask, was Prophet question mark a question about a prophet, or were you referencing the South Park underwear gnomes?
Oh, I was definitely referencing South Park. It's right here.
Okay, good.
Prophet.
That sounds about right. So, I believe the next order of business you mentioned was to snoop around the Nettles until your meeting this evening.
Yes.
Yep.
There's gang activity there. We gotta be Batman for a bit.
Okay,
I
everybody put on
mean-
your black cowls.
I only have it half knit right now.
Go get it.
Put on your half cowl.
I shapeshift into a raccoon.
I mean, depending on which half of the cowl you have, it's either a mask or
A cape.
I mean, it's a cowl
Cape-
to go around my neck, and it's just started, so it's real big and wouldn't actually go around my neck properly yet.
Oh, okay.
A weird round cape.
It doesn't go very far.
I mean, if it's a round cape that does go very far, that's a cloak.
What?
What?
Sure.
What are you guys doing?
I have no idea.
We're gonna go look for
investigating
gang activity
in the
in
Nettles, but honestly, I just don't remember much about that.
All right, we go into the
So-
Nettles, say hello, fellow gangs. Carry a skateboard over our shoulder, maybe.
Hello, fellow gangs. We are from Police Gang. It's a
Hold on,
new gang
hold
in
on, hold on,
town.
hold on. The thing we have tonight is with the Kel Guild?
Yes.
Okay, so the Kel Guild works in the Nettles.
I hope you'll all let
Yes.
me take point on.
Yes.
And
It
I'm
was- You
wondering...
brought it to us. It was your contact.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we should investigate them since we already have a contact with them later tonight.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. Just investigating in general. Mostly the Kel guilds, and then also I think seeing if the family's taken up residence.
Yeah. It's their
Yeah.
movement.
And we also wanted to see if we could confirm that the Kel Guild were in fact the people that were trying to put the squeeze on Heward Setchum.
Right. Right. Yes.
We're also looking for a guy with dark hair, a mustache, and goatee in his late 30s. He's very important. I don't know him yet, but the stars told
Right.
us about
That
him.
was the thing you saw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, I need to think of another question because, we will have another night tonight.
That's usually what happens.
Exactly.
We will have another night tonight.
Look, I am a master of fortune telling.
Are these mine or yours?
Actually, what's on? Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
What's on tonight's forecast, like weather-wise?
I think they're mine.
Cloudy.
I can text this to you.
Oh. Okay. I have a little druidcraft thing for that, so.
Yeah.
And tonight, cloudy with a chance of showers.
I mean, if we
Not
want
really.
to save our questions for the Kel Guild until tonight, then basically the other option would be to go all the way back over to Pine Island to investigate the apothecary that
The Wary
we
Eyes
believe.
apothecary?
Yeah,
might
where
as
we
well do
believe
that.
Melissa got the Fey Pepper.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Wary Eyes apothecary.
Yep.
Yeah, we have nothing else that'll take us over there, so we might as well.
I mean, I had that written down for tomorrow morning before we pick up the Dying Skies here, but that's fine.
Yeah. Seems like a reasonable change of plans.
Yeah.
It's early afternoon right now. Your meeting, I believe, is scheduled for 7. It'll
8.
probably take you.
8 p.m. Parody Lake.
Yeah. It'll probably take you, I guess, about an hour and a half to get over there, and then an hour and a half back. So you'd have some
And
time.
it's yeah, it's around 2 o'clock right now, or I guess 1:30.
Yeah.
So we get over there around 3, and we'd have to leave around 6:30. So yeah, we'd have 3 hours to snoop.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah, sounds good. So
Travel
let's.
montage.
Okay.
Let's make Chris flip pages.
Yeah.
Back
Like-
alley.
All
Boat.
ready for the nettles. Oh, nope, not doing that now. Okay. Okay, so you're looking for the Wary Eye apothecary.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Give me investigation checks.
I totally remembered to get my dice out before we started. What are you talking
Jeffrey,
about?
would you call that cocked?
I can't see it, and you already picked it up, so I really... Yes, that's cocked.
I got a 7.
Did you roll a natural 1 after you...
Yep. Jack's thinking about that meeting tonight.
Investigation?
Yes.
15.
What'd you get?
You caused me to roll a nat 1.
Okay.
First rolls of the year.
Wait, so you both got a 1?
Yeah, we both rolled natural 1s.
You're distracted by each other. Ilferi, what did you get?
I got a 7.
Okay. Well, Zeodor apparently is the only one paying attention. But armed with some of the other knowledge he's gained, such as the hint about the water that was composing the potion that was used, and there's one other thing I think you got a clue from.
From the criminal that told us about him?
Well, no, but there was another. There's the potion.
The Fey
And
Pepper?
And the Fey Pepper, yeah.
Mhm.
You come across a place that you think you've heard about. You scope it out. You find a shop with the sign out front reading Wary Eye Apothecary. After searching for about an hour.
Okay, so we're at about 4 o'clock now.
And while you're kind of scoping it out, you notice, so there's a shop called the Wary Eye Apothecary, and around on the other side of that shop is a sign that reads The House Elf.
Oh.
Okay.
Huh. So that's you said that's on the side of the same building?
It's like, it seems to be like they're connected, like one is facing one street, one is facing the other street, but it's like the same building.
Got it. Okay. So the house elf might still be a person, but it might be a location.
Apparently.
Good to know. I
Oh,
mean,
and
the apothecary.
The house elf sign has a cliched magician in a gentleman's coat pulling a badger out of a top hat on its sign.
Okay.
I think I know the guy that posted
Is
that
it an
one.
American badger or a European badger?
European badger.
Okay.
There's a picture of it.
They're two
Okay.
very different animals.
Interesting. So they I mean, they both appear, at least from the outside, to be places of business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And do they both seem open?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to split up, or do you think we have time to look at both of them?
By my clock, we've got 2.5 hours. Right? Does that match what everyone else?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we've got time to do both individually, but it might be efficient to split up if that's what people want to do. I know I'm not doing the voice right now. I'll do it in a bit.
I'm fine with that, but I say we switch up partners because Jack made me bad cop last time and it was bad.
It worked
What I miss.
fine.
All right.
We're not
Mina's
interrogating.
complaining because she does.
What?
We're not interrogating anyone, we're just looking around.
Yeah.
Maybe making a purchase. Yep.
Sure. I
Sorry,
stand
did you
by
guys
my
go in the shop?
statement.
I wasn't.
Not
No,
yet.
we're deciding if we
Debating
want
whether
to
or
split
not
up
we're
or
gonna
not.
Okay.
And Mina said maybe no, put her with Jack because he made her bad cop last time.
Got it.
Sure. Is it obvious what kind of shop the house elf is?
It's a magic
Um,
shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't. I as a player wasn't 100% sure on that.
There's not
So,
there's
okay.
not like a display window or anything. You just have that sign to go off of.
Owning magic items isn't illegal. It's just like if we collect magic items while we're working, we have to turn those in. But if we
Right,
buy them with our own money, like at a shop, is that fine?
Yeah, I mean, it might be hard to come by, but like magic items aren't exactly common outside of what you can requisition. But
Okay. Then I'm getting the wrong idea of this shop. It is like for magicians, not for magic items.
yeah, that's a sensible conclusion.
Well, that makes sense.
Although they are
Fairy and Jack are the most familiar with magic, so perhaps they should go to the house elf.
That'll work.
I know how to make things go boom, and that's kind of apothecary-ish.
High five.
What was the name that brought us to the house elf?
Nalasa had a
was-
meeting here.
Oh,
yeah, that was the criminal that me and Zeodore talked to.
Which was Sorghum, I believe. Ford
Yeah.
Sorghum.
cool. So who are we doing first?
That's up to the man controlling the camera.
It's true.
Let's start with the apothecary.
Okay.
All right, I can take a nap.
All right.
I will actually be right back. I'm gonna grab some water so I don't die.
Good idea.
So this is Mina and Zeodore.
Theodore. Yep.
Correct.
Okay. So you see there are a pair of guards watching the entrance to the shop. When
I mean, oh, sorry.
you go in and you see a I believe she's she halfling or no?
We see Nalasa. She's alive.
Holy shit!
No loss is the final boss.
Gnome. There it is. You see a gnome lady behind a counter. She greets you. Welcome to the God, I just lost the name of the shop.
Wary eye.
Welcome to Wary Eyes Apothecary. What can I get for you? We have all kinds of potions and elixirs and
We had
Anything
some
that ails you.
questions. We had some questions about some more unusual stock we heard you might have.
oh.
Yes, we heard that you perhaps have a bit of the devil's lettuce.
Oh my.
That's a new term for me, but
I don't know why he would call it lettuce. We're looking for pepper.
right.
You got that pep?
I need a
some
little
pep in
pep
my
in my step.
I was trying to come up on a play for a street name for weed, and I couldn't, so I just used an actual street name for weed.
Yeah, great job. How did you hear about my shop?
We spoke with Nalasa.
Oh, Nalasa. Huh. How's she been?
Oh, I knew that question was coming.
Dead.
Comes every time.
But that's beside the point.
She's what?
She died.
Oh, that's a shame. How did she die? She was a good friend of mine, regular
Oh, I'm
customer.
sorry.
Can I tell if she's being genuine?
Yeah, sure.
12?
She seems sincere.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to her?
She was doing something and got a little in over her head.
Well, she was known to perhaps bite off more than she could chew.
Flights of fancy, one might say.
This
She
complicates things. She kind of mutters under her breath.
complicates what?
Well, we're here
nothing.
to-
We just
We're
had
here
a,
to uncomplicate it.
we just had a business deal that was coming up, and we're gonna have to
Right.
change.
Day after tomorrow, that's why we're here. We were in cahoots.
Who are you?
I told you. Acquaintances of Nalasa, who wanted to make sure that this deal went through no matter what, whether she was around for it or not.
We are representatives of the family.
Give me a deception, or
Yeah.
what's the
Deception.
is it deception? Okay.
Oh, it's definitely. We haven't even met anyone from the family yet.
No, though we did establish that Zeodor likely had contact with them in the past. 15.
Would he have advantage because I'm in chatting her up too?
Because you're what?
Chatting her up also.
No, I think this is just gonna be a straight check.
Yeah, unless you can like say something that will help convince her that I'm not full of shit.
Oh, I know, but
She looks at you and it nods and goes, "Well, perhaps not all is lost then." You two, go wait outside. And she like scurries over. She like motions to the guards and goes to lock the door and turns the sign to close. Wait here one moment. When she scurries into the back.
I am going to stay on my guard.
yep.
Okay. Jack and
in
Ilferi.
case she didn't
Ah!
leave us.
You stand in front of a shop called the House Elf, which has a picture of a gentleman pulling a badger out of a hat on the sign.
Well, we could make an amusing entrance and we could get you a hat and I could be a badger, but I don't know if that's what would help us here.
No, Fairy, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I would rather shoot myself in the foot than do that.
Man, for Smiling Jack, you have no sense of humor.
Yeah, for a fucking bird druid who I've explained the bit to. I don't give a shit. Let's do this.
We go in?
Alright. Just pouring myself
I'll
another
keep
drink.
the badger thing in my back pocket, but I won't, come out guns blazing yet.
Alright. You enter the building. And you see what looks like there's a stage up front with some tables and chairs scattered about the room. And as you walk in, you see a gnome man who's kind of had his he was kind of like looking into a top hat when you walked in, and upon seeing you, he kind of jumps up and goes, "Oh, yes, haha! It is I, the great house elf. Behold, as I," and he reaches into the hat and pulls out a honey badger. "Perform masterful tricks of illusory nature. Please take a seat, and I'll have a drink ready for you in a moment. But in the meantime, behold!" And he like waves his wand, and the badger like starts dancing on one of the tables.
You don't look
Badger table dance.
like an elf.
What?
You're not an elf.
What's the interior of this shop look like?
What? I'm sorry.
What's the interior of this shop look like?
It looks like a run-down like nightclub kind of look. There's a stage, some tables scattered about, and chairs.
Fun fact: the spell Conjure Animals can summon 8 badgers.
He pulls another badger out of his hat and throws it on the table. It starts dancing next to the other one.
Clearly unbalanced spell. With nowadays you could take over the city.
It's a bag of tricks. Hat of tricks.
Bag of hats.
He turns over his hat and 6 more badgers tumble out. And start doing acrobatics.
Very impressive, sir.
Can you leave the hat while you get us a drink?
Oh, of course! And he like scurries over to like a mini bar and what do you have a preference of beverage?
I prefer drinks with fruit, like berries or
Of course.
something tropical.
I should have known.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
And for you, sir.
Whatever the house specializes in.
The house special just happens to be a very fruity drink. He makes two brightly colored drinks that are decorated with bits of fruit as garnish on the
See,
top.
I told you I could see the future.
Do they have little umbrellas?
Oh, of course they have little umbrellas.
Yes.
Hells yeah.
It brings them over to you too.
Okay.
Now, for my next trick, I will let's see. What's next?
Make the
Cards?
badger smell a thing because they have advantage on that. And I just want to see somebody roll 16 d20s.
That's why it's my wild shape of choice.
Sir, I must say I am enthralled at your mystic arts, but there is
Thank you. But wait, you
some
haven't
rather
seen the
dour business which brings us here.
business, such as.
Were you ever acquainted with a young woman named Nelasa?
Yes, I suppose she was a good friend of my wife's.
Well,
Oh, that
unfortunately,
answers some questions.
Yeah.
she died yesterday. We're
She gulp died.
Did you just say gulp out loud?
No.
yes, sir. I'm sorry to say she has passed on from this world.
I need to go just stay here. And he starts to like scamper off, and then you see a gnome woman come down from the stairs leading into the room behind the counter.
Can I stealthily turn into a badger?
Fucker's got a point. Let's be honest here.
Roll
This is the
stealth.
first time I'm ever going to applaud you while I'm playing D&D. That was a stroke of genius there, sir.
So good.
Roll stealth for me.
Sure. Am I rolling stealth as a badger or to get like?
As you.
Okay,
As an Elfairy.
I'm okay at that. This feels very
Use your
important.
inspiration.
I've already used it. But I will use my Skyseer's Blessing. I'm gonna use it on an ability check, which is this one. And
I am going to give you a point of inspiration, though, whether or not you want to use it here.
Cool. Well, I got a 2 on the Skyseer's Blessing, so I'm not going to keep that, and I'm going to roll this die instead.
Okay.
And there we go. That's significantly better. 21.
Okay.
Nice.
There are now 9 badgers in the room.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Do they seem like? Are they acting like animals, or are they acting like out of the ordinary?
They're like tumbling and doing cartwheels.
So they're acting like trained animals.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if they're summoned by conjure spirits, then or conjure animals, then they are fey spirits taking the form of badgers. I don't know if that
I'm
means
going
anything.
to grab his hat if it's still around, and
no,
then
he
Just
took
climb in
his
this
hat with him.
fucker's hat and shit on his head.
you said what?
He took his hat with him.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna like cartwheel and like tumble.
All right.
Over
give me an
his way.
acrobatics check.
Yeah.
But this time as a badger.
Yeah.
Which I think is equally good, if not better. But I got a 24.
All right.
I'm
You
gonna
do-
guess Badger and Weasel are the same thing.
I don't.
I have
for
the
Oh.
badger up. Badger has.
These are honey badgers, though.
Oh, I don't know
Oh.
if that makes a difference.
So
Okay.
these have a dex of +2.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
it does
then
make a
I
difference.
got a 23.
And I'll give you the stat block if you need.
I
it.
can pull it up
Uh,
now that
oh,
I know it's its own thing.
It's in the.
Oh, okay. Yes, I will take it. If you could send me like a picture of it.
All right, let me see what I can do. In the meantime, you tumble your way over closer to them, and he scurries up the stairs behind a. I actually forgot to mention she has purple hair. A purple-haired gnome woman.
Oh shit! That would have completely changed how I interacted with it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, seriously. What the fuck, dude?
changed.
Yeah,
everything.
I should have given myself a purple streak or something. No.
Because now you know he's into that, and you wanted to get him to try to fuck you by seducing him as a badger, because clearly he's into it. I get it. I'm with
What?
you on this.
You lost me.
Yeah.
Welcome to Zeitgeist, Gears of Badger erotica.
I'm gonna try and keep close so I can listen in, but like not stand out. You know,
Okay.
stealth, blend in.
Well, they're not saying anything.
Oh, are they walking away though?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep a tail on
I'm
them.
just gonna stand here as my friend. Sorry, my friend had to attend to business. I'm just gonna stay here and enjoy this fine cigarette.
All right.
I'm gonna smoke on all your merchandise.
After not too long, Mina and Theodore, the lady you were talking with, comes back into the shop with a gnome man in tow.
And I suddenly notice she has purple hair.
Did you
I
notice
do
that
my
before?
best to look as serious as possible.
Alright, James, you should have the honey badger in your notes now. Now, how much do you know about what was going on with Nilasa? The woman says to you.
Not a ton.
We know what the deal was for.
Okay. Do you know who we're dealing with?
We know you're dealing with us.
Oh, sorry. That was me fucking up. Okay. So why are you here now? Is something happened with the deal? Is it off now that Nilasa is gone? Or what's going on?
It was gonna be real weird if we showed up in 2 days instead of Nilasa. There had to be an introduction before then.
Well, we were gonna be meeting you. I thought that was happening. That's what Nilasa told us, that we were going to meet you on the 4th.
Right, but wasn't she going to be the one making the introductions?
How did you expect to know who we were if Nilasa wasn't going to be there? I understand this is news to you, but
given the time and location, I didn't think there would be too much of a mix-up.
Did we? Because I don't I Carter do not remember. Did we know the location? We knew the time.
You knew the day.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying this smooth cigarette. My partner just fuck it up.
Ilfira, if you followed them all the way through, you basically went up into through a living area, and then into an attic, and then you see them go downstairs into another shop, where you see the gnomes talking to Mina and Zeodor.
Oh,
I think I've got this. It seems our suspicions may have been on point. Where did Nilasa claim that the meeting was to take place?
At your wharf.
Interesting. I think Nilasa may have been trying to eliminate the middlemen, as it were.
What do you mean?
Well, if you show up unannounced to our wharf, most people do not leave the way they came when they do that.
Well, we're doing what we were told by our contact. Whatever happened to them anyway? We were meeting with someone else before.
Who were you meeting with?
Javroni?
Jabroni?
Have we heard that name before?
We have.
Because I swear I wrote down Jabroni somewhere in my notes.
We did. Where did we hear that name before?
Emsley, Morrison Kell.
I don't think you've heard it before.
Have we not? Maybe it was a different name that sounded kind of like it.
I mean, have I made an Iron Sheik reference while we've played this game?
I mean, probably. Just statistically speaking.
That's true. Statistically speaking, I have referenced the Iron Sheik.
Nope, I don't seem to have him in my notes. Okay, cool. Didn't know that one. Alright.
Okay. Does that name ring any bells for any other context? Like, is there a chance that we just know that name?
No, I don't.
Like, is that person? Okay.
I don't think it's a name any we've heard before.
Cool. Interesting. And
Javroni's been dead for years.
and what time did Javroni tell you the meeting was?
Uh, 11 o'clock on 4th of summer.
Yeah.
Meet at the
Is that AM or PM?
PM. We were told that we were supposed to meet at your dock, and we would board the Silvo and rendezvous with the Chrysaleri ship in the Ares, where we'd hand over the cash. The bank marks, we've got them all ready.
Good. Well, it seems they were trying to get you in the right spot with the right things to make sure you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. That is not how we typically conduct business.
I don't want to besmirch the dead, but seems like Nalasa might have been stepping out on her own in a way.
That doesn't sound like her, but I mean, far be it from me to make a call on that.
Nalasa had a lot of people fooled. Do you know what she did with the Fey Pepper you provided her?
Hey, I don't ask. I just she had the proper documentation, and I handed it over.
She had a prescription, bro.
She used it to dose the guards in the
Consulate.
yeah, Drakran. That's the what's the word I was looking for? In the Denoran, right? Yes, thank you. In the Denoran consulate, she slipped by them to steal some precious things. It seems that she had quite the network.
She kind of shrugs and says, "What my customers do with my product is not really on me."
Sure. And we're not here to bust you for it or anything. But what we're saying is...
Because
That
that would
wasn't
be
part of-
weird, because we are totally criminals. That was not canon.
I know, and I meant bust you as in bust your ass about it, because I don't give a shit. Anyway, we don't care either, but clearly that wasn't in our plans for her, so she was off on her own doing something third party, which is fine, except it seems like she was maybe dipping her toe in a few too many plans.
Pies.
Toe in pies?
Well, it's supposed to be
How
pies.
do you eat
Yeah,
pie?
Get your toe in
This
the pie.
is not fetish hour, okay?
Look, the pie's warm. Come on in.
Sorry.
Anyway,
I got my metaphors mixed up. My bad.
Sorry.
So, look, I'm confused. What exactly are you here for? Is the deal off?
Dude, this is
Or-
spiraling into a Reno 911 skit.
Deal's on, but you're gonna need an escort, and that escort needs to be us.
Okay, fine. I mean, it doesn't make a difference to us as long as we get our cut.
Of course. But that was the thing. Nalasa was supposed to be escorting you there. Otherwise, you could have wound up dead on the dock.
Well, yeah, that was the plan. I'd only just
Right.
found out she was dead a few minutes ago.
Right, then why
Point
are you
is-
arguing with us?
I'm not
That we
arguing.
said that's why we were here.
Point is, we need you to lay low a couple days until the deal, and just wait for us here. Understood?
Yeah, sure. What were your names again?
Tasha.
Why do you? Damn it!
Nalasa gave her
Yep.
her name.
Yep.
I'll give her mine.
Theodore would have something prepared.
Theodore.
Hang on.
Teddy. Teddy and Tasha.
uh, Carlo.
Cardle?
Carlo.
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 Cool.
Because I went to an Italian name generator and it was the first thing that popped up.
Great. Well, okay, so I guess we'll just meet you here on the 4th?
Yep.
Correct.
Alright, well, I guess nothing's really changed from our end.
Except your escorts.
Well, yes, but... Yes, okay, sure.
And if you see... dang it, what was his actual name? Because Jabroni is now blocking it.
Javroni.
Javroni. If you see Javroni, it's probably wise for you that we didn't have this conversation. Understand? We will deal with him.
Yeah, I know how you guys are in hush-hush matters.
We appreciate your candor.
No problem, I just want to get this over with.
Alright, I think that's our cue to walk
Yeah.
out of this building.
She goes over and unlocks the door.
Well, these fucking
Nope,
badgers
before.
got up here again.
I swear to God, if you
It's just been-
summon one more badger,
It's just been badgers
wait.
dancing around Jack while he's sipping like the fruitiest drink this whole time.
And smoking.
Jack's just having a nice little afternoon.
Badger.
Badger.
I mean,
Mushroom.
Thanks for setting that in motion, Boombox.
just the mental image of a man with a neck scar drinking a drink with a tiny umbrella and smoking while a parade of badgers dance around him is very wonderful. It makes my mind happy.
All right. Ilferi, you see the two look at each other intensely, but they don't say anything. And then the male gnome kind of like nods his head, and then starts heading it back up the stairs towards you.
Can I sense motive really quick on that weird nonverbal exchange?
Sure.
Or insight, not sense motive.
Yeah.
Whatever. Boo. 9.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird. Obviously, I mean, they are communicating to some extent, but you're not really sure what they might have said.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try and keep out of sight. and I want to stop in the attic area.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Sure. I don't know if I want to use my inner inspiration so soon. Nah, I got an 8. Or sorry, I got a 6.
Okay.
There was a name of a place when she was telling us the plan that I missed when I was writing my notes.
So the gnome's like he walks up the stairs and is crossing through the attic, just kind of like shuffling nervously, and he catches you out of the corner of his eye. It goes, "Steven, how'd you get up here?" He grabs you by the scruff of the neck and just carries you back to the magician's shop.
The name of they didn't actually name the place. They said it was the family's wharf.
Yeah, I thought there was another name of something in there. Oh, the name of the ship.
Oh right, yeah, they did name the ships.
What was the name of the ship that I missed when I was taking my notes? Started with an S.
Yes, it was Silvo, I believe.
Silvo, thank you.
Yeah, Silvo. Jack,
Our flagship, the Proud Anselmo.
Jack, the gnomish man, returns coming down the stairs, carrying a familiar-looking badger by the scruff of the neck, and he says, "Sorry about that. Where was I?" And he like kind of tosses Ilferi back amongst the other badgers.
I guess I need to go find a hiding space to be myself again.
And the other badgers start doing a very elaborate choreographed dance with you in the middle.
So,
Oh,
how obvious is it that this building is connected to the apothecary shop? Like, is that pretty easy to infer?
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
I mean, they were back to back, and I mean, you haven't seen what's over there, but
Right, but he left with another person for a while. And,
yeah.
yeah.
I guess I need to see how good my improv dancing skills are.
Yeah, clearly.
That's what, charisma?
Sure.
Performance, usually.
What's
Okay, yeah, that's charisma.
Yeah.
14.
Okay, you're able to keep up with the other badgers.
I kind of want to grab that hat and run off.
Well, sir, I must say, I believe I must be going. Sorry, our time is running short, but your badgers are wonderful hosts.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad they could keep you entertained while I took part in my business meeting.
I understand these things come up. And I'll kind of just tip my hat and take my leave.
I'm gonna...
Where did the feathery one go?
He had to run out, little family emergency. You know how it is.
Oh,
His
yes,
Troubles was
yes,
on
of
fire.
course.
I'm gonna, like, run up to Jack's leg and, like, pretend to be an animal that wants a new owner.
How much
Like-
for this little guy?
For Steven? Oh, I couldn't bear to part with any of my lovely badgers.
I'm gonna run up and take that guy's hat and run out the door.
How often do you have to buy your own druid back from a shopkeeper?
Steven! Wait! Come back!
I
give me-
kind of look over at his wife. Did his wife come back, or was it just him?
No, it's just him.
Damn. So I wanted to look over and be like, "Does this happen a lot?"
Give me an athletics check.
Okay, I didn't get that stat block, by the way.
Oh, I put it in your journal.
Oh! Okay, in roll 20.
Yeah.
Uh,
Plus 1 to strength.
okay. 10.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. 12. I forgot, I'm proficient.
yeah, he's not able to keep up. He's got short legs. He's actually shorter than his wife. So you scamper off into the street, and he kind of pants after for a bit, but then he just kind of like falls to his knees, like, Steven! And then gets up, brushes himself off, and pulls another hat out of somewhere and puts it on his head and walks back in the shop.
Well, I also need the hat as evidence to see if he had any magical, if it has any magical properties.
Yeah.
As I said, I'll have to take my leave, but recommend your shop. Your show seems quite entertaining, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir. I hope you have a lovely day and come back to see us again.
I'm somewhat unclear. What kind of business does is the house elf supposed to do?
I think he forgot to charge them for the drinks.
Absolutely.
It's.
I don't know. He's just a terrible businessman.
And he slips you a card for like for doing like parties and stuff. It has the same logo that's like on the sign of like a guy pulling a badger out of a hat. It's like special events and parties.
Film bar mitzvahs, wedding DJ.
The house elf address on Pine Island.
It actually just says address on Pine Island. I feel like this character is definitely be played by Patton Oswalt in the movie.
Sure.
His wife handles all the real business. That's why his sign's like on the side.
Yeah. This is just his like failed dream that she doesn't have the heart to take from him. It's just draining away on the apothecary's business, income.
But it's the same building, so it's not like it's increasing their taxes.
Right, but she's like, I gave you the basement. That was supposed to be my craft nook. But no, you have to be a magician.
All right. I
should have listened to my mother and made that half orc.
The rest of the party.
Well, I'm gonna turn back into myself and try and pull a badger out of this hat. Maybe Steven.
You reach in and you find nothing inside.
Is the hat loose? I mean, is the top of the hat like loose, where you could like put your hand through it?
No.
How does he do it?
You bought a new hat?
Recent acquisition.
Let's continue this conversation away from the building so we're not seen together.
I was assuming that we were already away from the building.
Yeah.
Because I assumed that Zeodor and Mina, as soon as we walked out of the building, walked out of sight of the building.
Yup.
And I definitely was not turning back into myself within sight of the building. In fact, I probably spotted you guys and followed along somewhere.
Badger, you smelled us, guys.
Hmm?
Badgers have advantage on smell checks. Or do honey badgers not get that?
Honey badgers don't have much of anything.
No, they just have +3 perception.
Well,
They really are just the inferior animal, but oh well.
I mean, they're not really designed to do anything, except
Neither are weasels. It's okay. They could be useless.
they've got a bite. I don't know how it compares to other creatures of that.
Oh, they are way stronger than a weasel, actually.
And their challenge rating 1/8. So. Anyway.
Yeah.
Honey badger don't give a fuck.
Well, the buildings are connected. The gentleman you spoke with was the same gentleman as from the house elf, who has like a weird badger circus going on.
is that what business they run?
Yeah, I
Oh,
kind of had to
good.
grab this hat to get out of there.
You didn't have
Did
to
you?
grab shit to get out of there.
Wait, why were you a badger?
To follow him wherever he was going as one of his animals.
Oh,
Okay.
And I saw your meeting because of it, which is how I know that the buildings are completely connected. There's some sort of attic, which is probably where they're storing the wands. I just didn't get a chance to root around.
Or they will be. They're buying the wands. They're bringing them in, not taking them out.
Oh, I thought they were selling the wands.
no,
They have
they have-
10,000
they have
gold?
the cash.
They have the cash for it.
Where do they have that kind of money? He,
The badger business is booming!
I mean, like,
Will,
they had a choreographed dance, but, like, it wasn't that hard to catch on to.
I think it might be the illegal sale of Fey Pepper that might be slightly more valuable than badgers, but I'm not sure. I'm no economist.
No ecologist.
Damn it.
I'm an economic
Ecologist.
ecologist. I know how much plants are worth.
Is that useful?
Nope.
You can open a greenery, I guess.
What kind of stuff do they sell in the apothecary other than Fey Pepper?
I mean,
Regular apothecary stuff.
yeah, the shelves had expected merchandise, which one would expect from a front.
But we didn't ask any questions about what else she sold.
Well, we did confirm that she sold the Fey Pepper, but that
Well,
was
yeah, but we
Did
didn't
you
ask.
though?
We accused, actually.
I mean, yeah, we did, because we asked her if she knew what Nalasa did with it, and she was like, I didn't ask.
Yeah. She also did mention that Nalasa had documentation to acquire it.
Yep.
She did.
I ignored that bit because it was not useful to me at the time.
As your as a crime member, organized crime member.
Right. It was like, I didn't want to blow our cover.
So...
Which, by the way, I was not expecting at all.
Neither was I, but like Mina started going down that route, and I'm like, let's do this.
Quick question for you, since I kinda heard your plan. What are you gonna do when you get there and you're not part of the family and they don't recognize you? I'm pretty sure...
I was fully expecting to just throw the constabulary at him.
Oh, I wasn't going to come get
No,
those
I'm
guys
not
at
going.
all.
Are you kidding me? We just know where all this shit's happening and we know all the players. I'm about to blow up their shit.
Yeah, we can just have the police raid the place day of and seize the funds. We
Hill Ferry.
don't actually need to go there.
If we just tell them about all this, all that shit gets put into our inventory that we can then requisition for the next thing we do.
I am curious what kind of wands they're selling. Like, what could they possibly need wands for in this? Or, I mean, like, what... I guess 10,000 gold worth of wands is not a ton of wands, actually. It could be like 3 or 4, maybe, at most. For some reason, I was thinking, like, crates of wands.
As well, just to be clear, 10,000 was Nilasa's contribution.
Oh.
You don't really know much more than that.
Yeah, I just had 10k gold in exchange for wands from that deal.
Yeah, the implication is that there's a lot of wands being traded, but we don't know exactly how many. If we could somehow find this jabroni man, then we could possibly get more information that could actually get us closer to this, get us maybe towards that ship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the I mean, we don't know where the family is holed up right now, do we?
No.
No, but we might find out more with our meeting tonight.
Because we know that the Kells have had a lot of run-ins with the family, so they probably have some information on them. It's possible we could get the Kells to work with us on this.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily likely, but possible.
No, but this did just open up our entire morning tomorrow.
True. And about what time is it, Chris?
I think you'll have enough time to get back to the Nettles just in time for your meeting.
We need to go to Parody Lake for the meeting, but yeah.
Or,
Yeah,
sorry.
we should have. Yeah, we should have plenty of time.
Yeah,
because we had like 3 hours when we got here.
Yeah. Yeah, if there was anything else you wanted to do on the way, otherwise I'll just move along to that scene.
I'm gonna drop off Shrubbles at home.
What was the name of that ship?
Silvo.
Can we go by the docks and see if there are any records or manifests for the Silvo? Because we need to go in that direction anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're basically going across most of the city to get to where we need to go.
Yeah, we're headed to Parody Lake, and we're...
In
Sorry,
Pine
where are we now?
Island.
Pine Island?
Pine Island,
Yeah.
yeah. So we're on the bumfuck other end of...
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so you stop by along the docks, and I guess give me either an investigation or maybe persuasion, depending on whether you're looking yourself or asking others.
I'll be asking others, like dock workers. I got a 15.
19 investigate.
I got a
13
20.
investigation.
I got a 22 investigation.
I got a
Fuck
15
you.
persuasion.
All right. So overall, you guys kind of pull your resources. You don't see any official records or documentation about a ship called Silvo, but one of the contacts you talk to says that he's heard of this ship, but it's involved with the family, and they don't officially what's the word? They don't check in manifests on the official records.
Does he know if it's docked, and if so, where?
He doesn't know if it's docked right now, but let's see. He does tell you the location of the dock that the family typically uses, from what he's heard.
Okay.
And tells you where it is.
All right. Well, that is useful. I'm guessing it's in Bosom Strand, or is it on North Shore?
Bosom Strand.
Okay. Okay.
I can't think of anything. I mean, other than dropping off Shrubbles, I can't think of anything that I need to do before we go.
All right. We get dinner and then go to the meeting.
Wow.
Yeah.
I get a
That's the
nice
first time
fruity
you guys
drink.
have eaten in like 3 days.
I
No,
have jerky in
no.
my back pocket.
I have good berry
Oh,
prepared.
actually, I think you guys went to a street food cart last time, if I remember.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I got
Wee.
actually earlier today I ate. I got
Yeah.
a cinnamon roll at
Oh yeah,
or no,
that's
croissant.
right. That's what it was. The guy,
Yep.
the prisoner, talked you guys into getting cinnamon rolls.
And the very first day of the investigation, Ilferi said that he had good berries for us and gave us each a berry.
Yeah.
Speaking of, since we're about to be going into something that could potentially be dangerous, I'm gonna cast Goodberry, and I'm gonna give each of you 3, and me 1. I believe that was my first spell cast of the day.
Okay.
Cool. Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Follow me.
All right.
I follow Jack.
I guess we could take a short rest too, right?
Yeah,
We have plenty of time.
for that.
Like that while we're eating dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna apply that real quick. Now I can turn into animals 2 more
Anyone
times.
Lost any hit points or anything? I don't think
Nope.
so.
No. No, that
Haven't
was just for
stubbed my
wild
toe or
shape
anything.
and Skyseer's blessing.
Yeah, we've pretty much just had meetings today.
Cool. All right. So, we're heading into Parody Lake, to the location that the informant told you, Jack.
It was a theater, right?
Yeah, he actually he meets up with you. You see the same guy as you're getting pretty close to the theater. Nice to see you guys are punctual.
Let me try.
Well, if you come with me, I'll show you to the boss. And he
Lead
starts
the way.
walking down the street. Just as you're about to turn onto the next street over, you hear an angry threat from a man, and a grunt of pain, and a woman screams. 100 feet down on a side road, there's a stopped carriage. There's a driver reeling on the ground from an apparent blow to the head, and a single horse nervous at the front of the carriage. A woman kneels over the driver screaming, "Somebody stop them!" and points down the street. 2 thugs wearing bright red scarves look over their shoulder as they sprint away.
Are they sprinting towards us?
No.
You 3 want to handle that while I go talk to Kel?
Sure. We'll meet you later.
Yeah.
Mina's gonna
Alright.
take off running after him.
Don't die. I follow Mina.
I'm gonna turn into a warhorse and sprint.
Alright.
I mean, I want to be faster than them, and also I want to trample them.
Fair.
Well, no. I was gonna ask if Zeodor can do the cool thing where he like grabs onto the horse, but Zeodor
Sure, why
probably
not?
can't. Mina, because I have one arm.
Fucking Legolas reverse
You don't
jump
need
onto
one
him.
arm.
All right, cool. I do that.
Do you need to go into your Legolas rant?
No, I don't need to go into my Legolas rant.
The guy who was leading you turns to you, Jack, and says, "You not going with them?"
They can handle themselves.
He goes, and just like pulls out a cigarette, starts smoking, and wanders off the way you came.
Okay, I'm still going to the theater.
the rest of you chase after the apparent thieves, who turn into an alleyway, into an open door.
I will bust through the door as a horse.
All right.
I would like to not be on the horse when it goes through the doorway.
All right.
I'm not like going head first. I'm going like hooves smash.
Yeah, but I don't want my face to go into the like masonry above it.
And Mina, you're with them?
Yep.
All right. So you all crash through the door onto a wooden platform. It's dark for a moment, and then a curtain comes up, and you see several rows of crossbows and shotguns leveled at you.
That's to be expected.
And applause.
Meanwhile, I'm getting a drink in the lobby.
Yeah, Jack's like, should I get whiskey or
Double whiskey.
Yeah, I know I just ate, but I kind of want some popcorn.
and then wanders in the back of the theater to see you all on stage. You hear a slow applause coming from the high box seat in the back.
Can I roll stealth?
Sure.
Cool. Let's see. 11.
You think you've managed to slip it into the back, whether or not it holds
Cool.
up, we'll see.
Does it look like there's an easy way up to the box where Kel is while everyone's focused on the stage?
Give me perception.
Nope.
Yeah, you don't see anything at the moment.
Alright.
So you hear a slow clapping from the high box in the back of the stage, and you hear a man's voice. Welcome to the show! So glad you could join us.
I take it the stagecoach was for our benefit then.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed our little
The
opening act.
stagecoach.
Ha.
But we're just about ready for the main attraction. Why don't you come back here and join me in my box, and we'll hash things out. I think we can both benefit from a mutual meeting of peace and civility.
I'm glad
As
you
two
agree.
men with shotguns come out to escort you.
I guess I'll clop up that way.
You can't fit through the back door.
Oh.
I'll also walk that way while saying, like, you know, Kel, you are a showman.
I'm glad you appreciate my finer arts.
I guess I will revert to me form.
Alright. So, you're all brought up to the box. The guards do a quick search and take away any obvious weapons that you have.
My scimitar.
I pop my guns out of their holsters before they take them and hand them over.
I hand over the whole sword belt and everything so that it doesn't have to come out of the scabbard.
And my sling.
Are you there with them, Jack?
Yeah.
All right.
You break them, you buy them, and my work ain't cheap.
They can take my machete and my pistol and my
Cool. Don't worry. We'll
crowbar and my.
get these
Cow
back to you
tricks.
when we're finished here.
I'd be appreciated.
I'm not that petty of a thief.
I said break, not steal.
So what'd you want to talk about, Kel?
Well, give us a moment. Let's get a show going. He yells out to the towards the stage. Let's put on a comedy. And pulls out
Do we have
a
a picture of Kel, by the way?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, maybe that's
Damn
relevant.
it. Thought he was just gonna flat out die in front of us.
Look, pictures don't equal not or dead.
Oh, craggy face.
Oh,
okay.
that's the guy.
Let's see. He's in a
I
box.
mentioned last session that he looks like that. I mean, it was modeled after that Hispanic actor that always plays the tough guy, Danny Trejo.
You think
Yeah, he does kind of
looks
look
more
like him.
Native American to me than Danny Trejo.
I see Danny
He looks
Trejo.
more West,
in there.
more like West Studi.
He does also look like Wes Studi. If you took Wes Studi and, and you
If West Studi and Danny Trejo
Yeah.
did a fusion dance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. He's a leader. He's in a box in a theater. Somebody get John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, he doesn't have a big hat on or a beard.
Well,
He
you have the
wouldn't
big
worn his
hat.
to the show, James.
Yeah, that would be rude.
we could like move his hair in front. It kind of look like a beard.
Anyway, he sits watching the stage for a minute as they're setting up, and then says to you all, "So, I know you're looking for the Northern Doctor. My men tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got my men on him, protecting him for now, trying to find a way to make a profit on him."
So,
As is your want in life.
would one of your men be Officer Roger Porter?
Doesn't ring a bell.
And I hope
Okay.
not. That kid's terrible at covering his tracks.
If you're interested, I'm willing to have one of my men lead you to where I'm keeping him safe.
What do we owe you for such generosity?
Well, in return, I want you to help me shut down a little smuggling gig I've gotten wind of.
The family.
Ah! So you done a little bit of research yourself.
It's what we do.
Everything's connected, Kel. You know this bullshit by now.
Well, that is surprising. Wow, I wouldn't. Honestly, you're more capable than I thought.
Also, Meta, I just find it real funny that he's like, let's shut down the smuggling ring. Nothing about his two men that we have in custody. Just.
They'll get
They're
out
small
eventually.
fries. Who gives a shit about them?
Well, I'm assuming since you already know about this little deal going on that you're perhaps already planning on doing what I want you to do.
It might. Might be in everybody's best interest to shut this down.
Well, that's exactly what I want you to do.
You know, I'd rather deal with the devil I know than somebody new.
All I want you to do is to do your job. Arrest the smugglers, and we'll bring you to where the doctor is.
Well. So you know we're already planning on bringing down this smuggling operation.
Well,
Say we talk to Doc first.
I've got to step away for a sec. Keep going.
Okay.
what makes you think the doctor's so important, anyways?
Important? I don't know. That's up to you.
Important enough to put into custody, right?
Well, gears are already
Custody.
turning on getting this smuggling operation underway. Any chance we could talk to Doc sooner?
Well, I had a question.
Yes,
Also,
Lily.
I became Kel for a second there.
I mean, I think we've got a pretty good handle on what's going on, but are there any details that you can fill in on this?
Smuggling operation.
Yeah, the smuggling operation. We know it's the family, and we know it's the Chryslers, or the Chrysalary. I don't know how to out of character. I don't know how to spell Chrysalary, so every
Yeah.
single time I refer to it in my notes, it is the Chrysler wands.
I like how I keep forgetting Taravangian's name, so I just keep making up new stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's Mr. T.
Every single time we talk about it, he gives me a different thing, and I just assume since it's long, he means Taravangian.
It's kind of like
Anyway.
Cumberbund Bunderscotch.
Benadryl Cabbage Patch. Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah. So let's see. You all seem like you're fairly capable. You already know about the deal. Maybe even
Might
know
as
more
well
than
share
I do.
information, though.
Possibly. I mean, I just want to know if there's anything I'm missing. The deal goes down day after tomorrow at 11 p.m. At a very specific wharf with a very specific ship. And I know at least 2 people who are involved. No, I know 3 people who are involved.
You've certainly done your research.
Is there anything else you can fill in on this, or did we basically get the gist of it?
Sounds good to me, pretty lady.
Okay.
Sorry, Darby forgot that I was streaming tonight.
No
That's the
worries.
only business you had for us tonight, Kel.
As you ask that, you hear an applause and the show is starting. You see a drunk and confused what appears to be a docker pushed out on stage, and a scandalously dressed seductress flirts with him, makes a show of picking his pocket while he's distracted by her advances. And then another thief, pretending to be a jealous boyfriend, makes an appearance and chases the man around with various humorous objects, and the crowd guffaws.
I have in mind a very specific weapon from Saints Row games.
Yeah.
Probably something similar to that. The seductress and her boyfriend then take turns beating the man.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay, so what did I miss with
Nothing
York and
much.
Kel?
Nothing.
I almost called him Danny Trejo.
We got
Alright.
no new information.
I literally ran down the information we had to make sure that there was nothing important he could add that we had been missing. And it seems like we did the job that he wanted us to do before he even asked us to do it, so. Head of the game!
So, do we have a deal?
I don't
Think
see
so?
why not.
We did have one other question for you.
We had a few other questions for him, but yeah, go
Oh
ahead.
yeah? Lay it on me.
Was it your men who were harassing Heward Setchum?
Never heard of the man.
Insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 9.
It's not bad.
14.
14.
I also rolled a 14.
I don't actually care if he's lying or not.
Okay. He's obviously lying.
I would. It would be convenient for us if you would keep it that way.
Well, let's see how this little favor you do for me goes, and we'll see if I continue to not know him.
So, as I'm sure you've heard, a young woman named Nilasa died on the fence of the Denoran consulate the other day.
A
You know
tragedy.
anything about that? Indeed, indeed.
Look, it had nothing to do with me. She was more mixed up in the family than any of my
Family
work.
affairs.
Oh yeah, we're well aware of that. I just, you're a learned man. I figured I might as well ask.
No, she's got nothing to do with me or my work. Though she seems capable, I kind of wish I'd scooped her up before those other bastards.
Well, maybe she'd still be alive.
Maybe.
The road not taken. Well, we'll leave you to your show for the evening.
Appreciate it, he says, taking the last bite of sandwich.
What kind of sandwich? It doesn't change anything. I just want to judge him.
Roll perception.
Well, Chris thinks of what kind of sandwich he's eating.
18.
What animals there are in this world.
11.
Looks like some sort of ham or pork.
Okay.
Porcine. How do you pronounce that word?
Porcine.
Porcine?
Porcine.
Yeah. Oh, that porcine.
Oh man,
It's just it's a traffic sign sandwich.
I've been in Nashville the last week, and I have eaten so much barbecue pork.
Yeah.
Welcome to the South.
Dude, as much as like part of me wants to someday go to Colorado, I love the food in the South too much.
Right?
Anyway. Anyone else have any other business here?
Mm,
Not at the moment.
All right.
No, I just wanted to address him about Heward because Heward was good to us.
Yeah. He turns back to his attention to his show, laughing at the man who's getting beaten mercilessly. And your equipment's returned to you, and you're shown back to the entrance, the front entrance this time of the
Actually-
theater.
well, I guess it's not that important. I just want to know why he wanted us to have the entrance we did.
I think he was just being a dick.
It's a show of power, and ooh, I got you.
Yeah. He's a showman. He thinks he's funny.
It was for him. It's a show of power for his gang. Remind them who's on top.
I got nothing.
Okay.
It's like we might need to come back here at some point, but at least right now. So let me make sure I've got our timeline right. We don't have anything planned for tomorrow morning.
Not anymore.
Right. Tomorrow afternoon through evening through night is going up Cauldron Hill and whatever Navarre does at the top of Cauldron Hill.
Yep.
And then the day after that, the only thing that we have that we know about is the meeting in the middle of that night.
Yep.
So like a day and a half. So like 2 days from where we are right now.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Do we
And
have any? Go ahead.
At this point, we can wrap up. We don't have to do anything about the meeting. We can go ahead and go to our superiors and tell them about the thing and let them take care of it.
Or we can take care of it and make sure it goes smooth.
I mean, we can't, but we shouldn't do it by ourselves.
No, but the less red tape that's involved in this, the better.
No, I say involve all the red tape. Because then if we screw this up, it's going to come back on us that we screwed it up. And we knew about all this shit. No. We need to go write a report so that we can get, like, decent forces on this.
No, I can't stop you.
It's
This
a
is why I
huge
love this campaign.
Nothing's
Maybe-
stopping us from also helping, but
That's what I'm saying. I have
I
no
agree.
problem with helping.
I agree with Mina. I think that we should go in with reinforcements. The family is not a small operation.
No, and, like,
Fair
they've got...
enough. I'm not
Sorry.
fighting you on this. You're in a loop.
Oh, I will punch you.
I'll
Guessing that's a
I'll
marital
get Troubles to
It is a marital thing.
thing.
I'll get Troubles to fill out the paperwork for it.
It just says squiggle, 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 squiggle.
I just love the idea that like whenever you return to the office, like Troubles is just there like, so you got a call from your mother. She wants you to check in.
See, you went that way with popping bubble gum and big like beehive hairdo, and I went like studious green
Visor.
visor.
Oh,
head
okay.
down,
Like accountant.
just like smacking away at a
Yeah,
keyboard.
see, I went to like coffee and chain smoking like I had been buried in the last 48 hours, you guys.
some combination or middle ground of those three.
No, but I like the idea of a beehive because yes,
Literal
a
beehive in.
beehive.
He can go get a literal beehive if you want.
Summon swarm.
I'm not sure that'd be good for the bees.
I'm not sure that'd be good for the office.
I don't know. It depends on how much you like honey, I suppose.
Maybe he might want to look into becoming a beekeeper. But for right now, record keeper is good.
So
Yeah, you can't
it's
get
like
stung.
probably 9 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
That was an 8 p.m. meeting.
Yeah.
I, Mina, am going to go back to the constabulary and start filling out paperwork.
Okay.
Anyone else to help me will make the work shorter. If you just want to go home and sleep, I also understand.
Jack's gonna take a stroll through Parody Lake.
Hey.
And,
Before you go, so are we just meeting? Where are we meeting tomorrow morning? Are we meeting at the constabulary and leaving from there?
that sounds like a plan.
We can meet at my place. It's a bit closer.
Alright, we'll meet at Il Ferry's 9 a.m.
That'll work.
I'll have assorted
9 a.m.
fruits and breads.
Alright.
Sounds good.
Alright.
I will
I'll
go
go
help
get-
with the paperwork.
Yeah, I'll go
Jack's
get
gonna
Troubles.
Take a stroll through Parody Lakes, listen to the scuttlebutt, maybe go bare knuckle box somebody.
All right. Sounds good.
While we're working on the paperwork, Theodore will also suggest, at the same time, we should organize a sting with the police force. If they can raid the apothecary to keep those two out of the way, it would probably be ideal. We still don't know where this dang it, Javroni, where this Javroni fellow is, and he will likely show up there. So if we could have a force there, it might be a good idea.
Wait, are they going to even go there without you two there?
Possibly if Javroni shows up, and we don't know where he is, so we can't neutralize him, at least not yet.
It'll probably come down to us leading them there ourselves. I would guess at this point we kind of inserted ourselves, but we needed that information. I'm just gonna write all this down and hand in the paperwork, tell them what we're doing tomorrow, and say that we will be here all day on the 4th so we can take care of this shit. But I don't think that the gnomes have to go for us to be, like, the Silva will be waiting either way. And now that we know exactly what's going on with all of that, I mean, we should be able, even if it's 2 teams and they hit the gnomes and the ship simultaneously.
So, I don't know if this is relevant or not, and maybe I'm just latching on to a detail that is totally irrelevant, but there were no elves.
Yeah.
And I feel like there should have been, based on the name. And I don't know if maybe that's important.
Okay.
It's the house elf?
Huh?
At the
The-
house elf.
Yeah.
Possibly? I think he was a gnome.
Right. Not an elf.
Perception
Yeah.
check passed.
But like, weren't all the little badgers fae? Technically, all of those would have been like house elves.
They were... He acted like I was He acted like I was an animal and not a fairy.
Of note, gnomes do have fey connections.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they can also speak with animals, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think with burrowing animals. Like
yeah,
badgers.
Yeah, I think that is like a thing they get.
No, don't
Perha-
show that. Sorry.
Perhaps he just considers himself like an elf, but, you know, pocket-sized.
I read this book one time, and in it, they had these things called house elves, and they were way smaller than the elves that you're thinking of.
Harriet Porter, right?
Harriet Porter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually...
She goes to a magic school, and they pretend like that's impressive.
I remember when those were big. I was a bit old for it, but yeah.
Aren't you still technically young?
Yeah. Corrected for species, I'm the youngest person in the party.
I'm presuming this is you guys filling out the paperwork back at the office.
Yeah.
Correct, absolutely.
All right.
Actually, Troubles, you should probably read that one.
You hear a knock on the door, and Delph just waltzes in.
Hey, Delft.
So, how are things coming along?
Well, we have a sting that we're trying to get the paperwork filled out for on a transaction between the family and some gnomes that are
Chrysler.
pretending to be elves. We spoke with the Kel Guild. Tomorrow we're going to be leading a Sky Seer up to Cauldron Hill.
This is all still related to that murder case, right?
Yeah,
Somehow, yes.
He kind of like walks over, like picks up what Mina is currently writing on, and just kind of starts like skimming over. Okay.
The victim in the case was helping out with the sting that we're trying, or not with the sting, but with the operation that we
She
are
had
stinging.
her toes in a lot of pies.
This is a phrase now.
Yep.
Well,
And
mean-
the Sky Seer we're helping is her adoptive grandfather?
Uncle.
Uncle?
Uncle.
Grandfather, yeah.
Wait, I thought it was uncle. Oh,
I think
right.
it's uncle.
Oh, great uncle.
No,
Great
it's
uncle.
yeah, great uncle.
I think it's her
Hewitt's
father's uncle. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
great
Great
uncle.
uncle. Her adoptive great uncle.
And he can set up a meeting between us and the terrorist Gale, who was likely involved in whatever Nilosa was doing.
In some way.
We
I'm still
also
confused as to how
are-
she fits into all this.
We also are trying to get contact with a Dr. Wolfgang. I don't remember what he was
Von
related.
Recklinghausen.
Yeah, no, I just don't remember how he was
He was
related.
he was at the consulate when all the shit went down.
He's your main lead to actually figuring out what happened.
Mhm.
Yep. So
Well, on the one hand, it sounds like you've maybe gotten off track, but on the other, I say keep on it. You've turned up some leads that we've been trying to track down ourselves on trying to figure out this whole family business moving in in town, and not sure what's up with these elf gnomes, but
they're just gnomes, I'm pretty sure.
But they
But,
want to be elves.
Possibly, yes.
and
Zedor's like really trying to be supportive.
if you ask me, I think it's definitely a good idea to get in with what is happening with Gale. There's been a lot of news coverage on that lately, and quite frankly, we've got nothing on her, so anything you can find out from her would be beneficial.
We won't know until after our meeting with the Skyseer section.
Be careful.
Speaking
up
of Skyseer, do you guys have any questions that I should ask the stars tonight of things that we're doing tomorrow that we're unsure about?
The only thing we're doing tomorrow is the whole Cauldron Hill Skyseer thing. So if you want to ask if there's anything we need to look out for, then that'd be helpful.
Oh yeah, good idea. What is dangerous in Cauldron Hill?
Well, we know some of what's dangerous, but is something specific gonna come after us? How specific
Yes.
can it be?
The more specific, the more vague my answer gets.
That's kind
Yep.
of true.
Fair enough.
If it's if it's vague, then I guess that's all. That's what we've got. About the same that that Mayor McBannon gave us.
Wasabi almond?
What?
That sounds delicious, actually.
They are delicious. No, Mina's eating some weird almonds in the corner. She just offered you one.
Oh,
Del-
your audio
Del-
went robot for me.
Delft reaches
okay.
out, grabs a handful, and pops them in his mouth.
I never really saw the appeal. Everyone says stuff is spicy, but I just can't taste it.
Yeah, this won't
James,
affect
how
you.
much research have you done into birds' taste buds?
Look, I knew.
And dietary
I've known for
habits.
years birds can't taste capsaicin.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
that's how peppers.
known piece of trivia.
That's how peppers.
TIL.
Yep. Because
Um,
the birds poop out the seeds because it doesn't affect them.
Delph looks over your notes and says, "We might be able to pull in some guys to help out with backing you up for this smuggling operation. You planning on going guns blazing or what?"
Yeah.
Maybe a little.
Well,
Like, we've made contact with these two gnomes who were gonna pay for the wands. So, if we want them to lead us to the boat, except I'm pretty sure they expect us to lead them to the boat. It comes down to
We know where the boat is.
I know, but
If I'd known this long of a scene was going to happen, I would have stayed with the group.
oh, sorry.
It's all good.
we didn't know Delft was gonna come
We
in.
didn't know. It's character shit, man.
So it's just one of those things. We can either hit both places at the same time, or we can get everyone in the same place and hit all at once.
I say
The,
we
The gnomes haven't actually done anything illegal yet, though, right?
Oh yes, they did. Yeah,
So
they,
we have-
they
Fake
trade.
pepper.
and-
That we
yeah.
have evidence on.
He's selling the fake pepper.
Well, technically, the sale of fey pepper is regulated, not forbidden, so
No.
I'm not sure of their exact permits and whatnot, but
No.
Then why didn't Alasa have paperwork?
she might have. I don't know.
No, I know. No, I'm just curious as to where she got it from and what for.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Regardless, I'd say the main, your focus should be on this smuggling operation on the family.
Mm-hmm.
The house elf seems to be, well, small fries.
Mm-hmm.
That's racist.
I agree.
anyway,
I'm mostly
we can
I'm
get it-
mostly concerned that if we don't locate and neutralize their contacts, Javroni, before the time of the meeting, that he could potentially disrupt our plans.
Right.
No, I say you just stick with the plan as you laid it out to them and get to where you need to be. We can get some officers in the same location to back you up, and we'll see where it goes from there. How far do you trust Kel?
I mean,
I don't.
as far as I can
Good.
throw him, but his information seemed good.
He's usually, in my past dealings, he'll probably come through with what he says he'll do to the letter, but... So,
No more, no less.
I suspect
I want to know
he'll-
why he knew to keep that doctor.
Men like him look for business opportunities everywhere. He saw a man desperately looking for somewhere to hide and found a way to make profit off of it. In this case, profit is a thorn in the side of a gang that he's rivaled with.
Oh, I don't have like any information on the doctor. So,
I do.
okay, cool.
It's not really about the doctor, it's more about getting you to shut down this smuggling operation, because he doesn't want to expend the resources and do the dirty work himself. The doctor is just a play a chip to him.
Um. Oh shit! You know what I could have done? I could have sent an animal messenger to grab Jack.
Yeah, well, too late. I'm fine missing it, man. Characters make decisions, and then those decisions have repercussions.
Alright.
Well, I
Well,
think you're on the right track. I'll put in the paperwork for you to get that squad to help you out the night of the smuggling.
Perfect.
And
Want any more wasabi almonds?
he reaches over and grabs another handful. And then
Hey,
turns
is
to-
Delph? Quick question: is Delph carrying his cane?
Oh yeah, I was just about to say he's gonna tap it on the shelf by the door as he walks out.
Okay.
Sorry guys, I gotta take this.
No worries.
Yep.
I guess I could pop Delph up here. Was there any follow-up on that?
No, that was what I wanted to know.
Cool. So yeah, Delft turns to leave, taps his cane against the shelf by the door to your office, and walks on out.
Oh, he probably doesn't like troubles at all.
It's probably true.
I mean, like, there was a bush at a desk just writing while he was talking.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he was off. The Delph was definitely giving him kind of like a wary side eye the whole time.
I mean, but at least it's honest about what it is, so maybe he doesn't mind it too much. Right? Because like
he's
Troubles is moving
definitely-
most of the time.
If you keep an eye out for the next couple of days, definitely going to be poking at other bushes and ferns around the office.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else for him.
All right, Jack,
Okay.
what are you up to?
Jack was gonna kind of wander Parody Lake and listen for rumors and scuttlebutt about arsons or serial killers.
Okay. Where is that?
Chris, was that a gasp, a burp, or are you dying, or
Somewhere in between.
It can be all three.
it's very possible it's all three.
Where was the section on?
Your sister just called me, and I was like, oh no. She needed me to walk her through a knitting technique.
By the way, while we're waiting here, everyone in the audience, all lovely four of you,
Woo!
press 1 if Catherine should go see Cats with me in theaters.
No!
One.
I am not gonna go see that
One,
freaking
one.
movie.
One.
No!
One.
I hate cats. I am a theater
Oh,
person, and
yeah.
I hate cats.
I don't know anything else about it besides what I saw in the theater, and yeah, I hate it too. Like the visuals and the like stuff of the movie aside, like I wasn't enthralled by the plot or the songs or the
It's not
story
meant to.
or
I mean,
anything.
it's got a plot, but it doesn't really have a plot.
The
It is
plot
a
was,
dance
here's a
show.
cat, introduction. Here's another cat, they do an introduction. Here's another cat, they sing an introduction. For about 2 hours.
You can't turn poems into a cohesive musical. I mean, I'm sure you
I
can,
concur.
but they didn't.
I definitely agree it was terrible.
I
You
hate
should go
cats.
see it because it was terrible.
Oh, I hate cats. I do not want to give them the money. I will go see.
Catherine, question: do you hate Tennessee Williams?
Yes, I hate Tennessee Williams.
To be fair, I
do
did go
hate
to a
cats
theater
more than
that was
Tennessee
like
Williams?
$6
I hate
for a
cats more than
ticket.
Tennessee Williams because there are a few Tennessee Williams plays that I actually. There are like 2 of his way lesser known ones
So
that I actually
if
like.
I combine them to be cats on a hot tin roof,
That I would go see. That would be just the perfect storm of shit.
What were we waiting on, by the way?
I was trying to find this page.
Oh,
Found it.
cool.
But then we were
Uh,
talking about cats.
Let's see. I told you guys about...
A street cat named Desire.
a street cat named Desire on a hot tin roof.
No,
I
but
didn't
that-
even mean to say that out loud. That was just really funny.
That's beautiful.
I
That
don't get it.
a
street
street
cat
Anyway.
named Desire is another
Uh,
Tennessee Williams play.
I told you about the Ragman.
You did.
I told you about the Opera House. I told you about the... I think I told you about the fires.
You did.
Yes.
Did I tell you about the monsters?
No.
No.
You hear a rumor about citizens are warned to avoid the western bayous around the Battalion School on Pine Island. The Marshall University has imported exotic beasts from a Rasuri colony in Elfavare and will be conducting exercises in beast tracking and monster slaying.
That's super interesting.
That is.
I sounded sarcastic when I said that, only because I'm tired. No, that legit sounds super interesting. Can we go do that?
Alright.
Yes, when we're not dealing with international.
No, once we're all
politics.
done with this, once we figure out this, like, get to the end of this little mystery, the downtime in between whatever the end of this is and the beginning of the next thing, we need to go practice tracking. monster slaying.
That would be a good idea. Yes.
Did
Anyway,
any of
Jack
you
will
have
do
connections to the battalion, or only
I do.
Parkway? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway,
Jack will do that, and then kind of just go like,
yeah, and you do hear some more rumors about more fires and the Ragman, but nothing
Okay.
new that you haven't heard already.
okay, he'll do that, and he'll probably go drink and, like I said, go bare knuckle box somebody. Think that scene from the first Sherlock Holmes, and you pretty much got it down.
Okay.
Except
roll me-
less intelligence.
Well, roll me some kind of bare knuckle brawling type
Athletics?
skill check.
We'll roll athletics. Let's see, not on my best tonight. 11.
You manage to win a couple rounds, and you earn 11 gold.
Ooh.
Fun fact: bare knuckle boxing is generally less dangerous than gloved boxing.
I
True.
heard
Yep.
that, which is fascinating.
Very true.
Because you can't
feel
punch
the
as
pain.
hard. Yeah, you can't punch as hard as long
Yeah.
with bare knuckle boxing because your hands get fucked up punching
Yeah.
somebody in the skull over and over again. But
Yeah.
if you have gloves on, you can punch them in the skull over and over again and cause massive brain damage.
Yeah,
Which
if
is
you have
why
gloves, you can basically just punch them forever.
Which is why in pro boxing, people lose by brain damage, which is what a knockout is.
Yeah.
That's why we don't have fights that last 15 rounds anymore.
All right.
The more you know.
And yet, only one man has ever died in an American professional boxing ring.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
In the ring.
in the ring.
In the ring.
Okay. Yeah.
In the ring. He
That-
had the flu going into the fight.
Oh,
and,
jeez.
yeah,
It was that guy
kind of
in
a perfect
Pulp
storm.
Fiction, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That what's his name called?
yeah. Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. fault, yeah.
More men have died in the ring, professional wrestling,
Yes.
than American boxing.
Yes. You're not wrong. One of them wasn't wrestling, though, because Owen just fell.
But he died
He
in
did
the
die
ring.
yes. And Paraguayo just
Was it
fucking
part
died.
of the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
He was
then I'd count
supposed
that.
to, like, rappel down from the ceiling, and then it would, like, catch, like, a couple feet above the ring, and then he'd fall. And it'd be like, ah, ha, ha, funny. And the quick release broke while he was up at the top.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
It was.
And
it
he was afraid of heights.
It was horrifying. If I had a time machine and could change one thing, I would stop Owen Hart from dying.
Yep.
Because it wouldn't change the world, but it
Yeah.
would make it a better place.
On that note,
Sorry.
we'll take a rest. I think we've got time for one more scene here.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
My question for the night.
Oh yes, yes.
What unexpected dangers await us on the hill?
What unexpected dangers can I expect?
Well, we
know
were
something.
told things that like the mayor already knows about. So, you know,
If I remember right, the mayor was kind of vague.
yeah. Well, I mean, it was like spirits and hold
Let's
on,
see.
where is it? He's got ambulance supporting for spirits.
Yes.
Let's see. What do you see?
Do any of you guys have protection from good and evil, by the way?
I do.
Okay.
I've got gun and other gun.
Right. The wizard is the one I meant to talk to. Okay.
You said any.
I
Yeah.
also don't have magic.
I have gun and other gun. And actually other gun, but I mainly
Okay.
just use gun and gun.
I have sword and also gun, but only once.
Ilfari.
Mhm.
As you concentrate on your question and turn to go to sleep, and in the night you dream. It's almost nightmarish. Like you've never had dreams or visions like this. You see some kind of wispy, nondescript white spirits kind of floating about, and then you start seeing like a semi-transparent legless man whose head is just a bare skull. You see a crowd of short creatures that are like specters, some demon or like horned creatures that growl like lions. And then you wake up.
Okay. I think one protection against good and evil might not be enough, so I will prepare my own. Unfortunately, that means I have to find a way to add it to my spell list, because that was one of the ones that was added with the Arcanum blah blah blah. But I'll just remove a spell. We're not talking to people, right?
Probably not.
Okay. I got a backup spell just in case. For talking to people, but I have one fewer spell than I should prepared because one of them is protection from good and evil. And I'll deal with that later.
Okay.
Just double check. Okay, the spells are prepped. I'm good to go. I prepare some fruits and breads and stuff for the people that are showing up.
Cool. Anyone else making any preparations in the morning before meeting up at the office?
Just the same one I always make on my guns so that they don't backfire.
Right.
I want to check on that oil again.
Okay.
Has it developed any
This
spots?
is the sample that you've left at the office.
I mean, I've mostly been keeping it on me, but I've been locking it up at night, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no developments.
Okay. And the other sample, the one from Axis Island, has it continued to gather more dots, or can't really tell?
It seems about the same as when you last saw it.
Okay.
Stop dots. All right. So you all meet at the predetermined time.
9 a.m. at Elfari's. So this would be summer 3rd.
This is. Now, Fairy, what's your place like again? I think you described it before, but
it's the best way I can describe it is it's kind of like the deck of a ship in a mountain.
right.
It's a wood building. It's got like an outdoor porch area. That's actually where I slept tonight or last night. It's got 3 rooms now. It's been expanded out back a little bit. So it's got like the main living area, and then deeper in is my bedroom, and then Shrubble's bedroom, and then the like outdoor sleeping area. It's fairly small. It's all made of wood.
Cool. So you all meet up, presumably on the porch.
Yeah, there's seating out there. I generally open the doors to the outdoor or to outside anyways, so
Mhm.
people could sit in the kitchen too, or
Morning.
that living area. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. I have breakfast prepared. Don't want to go on an empty stomach.
Nope. What kind of bread do you have?
Croissant.
Alright, that's what I thought. That's 100% what I assumed you would have.
People just kept saying croissant over and over again.
It was a meme from Jimmy Neutron.
What?
Was it? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Anyways,
that.
I'll show it after this.
Sure.
Shoot. My mind just
Now,
blanked out.
all I can think of is Jimmy Neutron memes.
Brain
blast!
No, thank you.
Ultraman! Or wait, was that his name? Ultra Lord?
I don't know.
That sounds right.
God, fuck.
Ultra Lord!
Ultra Lord,
Ultra
Ultra Lord.
I also have like just regular rolls and stuff, just breakfast breads, rye. I don't know if that's breakfast bread.
It's not, but I like it.
I think I'm
Right.
roasting something else, but yes.
So we're gonna be going to pick up Sechem later today. Were we gonna do anything else?
No, I mean, we had planned to, before all this, go and look into the apothecary, but we decided not to snoop around the nettles and go to the apothecary instead yesterday. So we're ahead of the game.
Sauntering in, well, then we should either go inspect the nettles or just take Sechem over there early, so we don't.
Well, yeah. I don't, like, given where we're at with everything, I'm pretty sure all of our different things are all colliding, and I'm not sure what else we could really learn at the nettles at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Also, it's factoring in the amount of time it's going to take. It's probably better that we get there early to
Yeah.
make sure we have plenty of time with Sechem. He is an old man that walks slow.
And he's dying. Did you hear the name of the chapter?
Stop.
It could
He told
still
us he was dying too.
It could be a
it
different
could
Sky
still
Seer.
be Ilfari.
It could
It could
still
still
be me.
Otho.
We named the chapter after the potential of having a Sky Seer in the party who is dying.
I mean,
Actually, my next character is Sechem.
I mean,
how often
aren't we all
is
dying?
there? And also,
Aren't we
how
all just
often?
Air conditioners?
No. And also, how often is a game of Zeitgeist run actually that does not have a Sky Seer party?
I didn't have one in my last party I ran.
Really? Huh.
No. We had a Docker, well, you were a spirit medium, but then
That's
you-
true.
You were only there for the beginning. We had a Velishi Mystic. Man, I don't remember what the others were. It didn't come up very often. Some of them might have passed up on having the extra stuff. Anyway.
I'm just a guy.
Where are the other? Anyway. So was there
I think I'm
anything
gonna
you guys
leave.
wanted to do before meeting up with Sechem?
Nope.
Good breakfast.
I'm gonna leave troubles behind. I got some dangerous visions last night.
Good to know.
Wispy spirits, demons, at least they were horned and they growled like lions. Crowds of short specters, a legless transparent man with a head was a skull. Just very dangerous.
Alright.
All kind of falls under the spirits that I was kind of expecting, but
Sure.
that was the most terrifying vision I've ever had.
Well, thanks for doing that for us.
Someone's
I like
gotta look ahead.
I like that I thanked you and then there was applause in the audio.
Jack, find out anything interesting last night?
Nothing too crazy. There's some kind of monsters for some kind of training over on Pine Island.
There's what?
What kind of training?
Tracking and monster hunting training going on with the battalion.
We need to go.
I'd probably be pretty good at that.
I wonder if Professor Lafitte knows anything about it.
I don't know who I need to talk to or bribe to get into that, but I want in.
Well, you met Professor Lafitte, remember?
Yes.
We could talk to her, see if she knows anything.
Yes. Alright, but first, Skyseer. Okay, focus. Okay.
I don't really have it. Here's good berries.
Oh, thank you. I now have like a dozen.
They only last 24 hours.
I know.
So you should have last night's, because I cast it towards the end
my
of the day.
magical Goodberry fridge.
Let's
They still expire.
Not if you turn them into Goodberry smoothies.
Ooh.
No, they still expire.
Yeah, then they last 4 hours instead.
All I can think of is welcome to Goodberry, home of the Goodberry. Can I take your order?
So you should have like 3 from yesterday that'll last like 12 hours from now, and then 3 from today.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah,
we're gonna go do Sechem tonight, or are we gonna
Yeah, we have to.
stop? No, I meant tonight.
Oh.
I'm asking Chris what the plan is.
Yeah, we'll be able to get an introduction at the very least.
Okay.
So, you all then will head to the.
Oh shoot, there's actually something in town I need to do. Hopefully, if we have
Too late
time.
now.
No, I just remembered it was a preparation I needed to do today.
Okay.
I need to get a saddle for myself. Like my warhorse form, I need a saddle.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
I was like, hey,
Yep.
whatever
Warhorse
you're
form.
into.
That's totally what I was thinking of.
sure.
I
for your
definitely wasn't
horse
imagining a book with a
form.
saddle on it. Totally not.
Fairy, hashtag no kink shaming, but I don't think that now is the time to really go out of your way to be buying fine leather goods.
I mean, we had previously established that Shrubbles rides on Ilferi while Ilferi is flying to work. So I was definitely not imagining
That's
a
what
tiny
I was thinking too,
shrub-sized
honestly.
saddle.
No. I could do that at any time. This needs to be done today because we're gonna be taking Sechem up a mountain.
Oh,
So
I see what
figured
you're saying.
I might be a horse and carry him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna glide into town real fast. I mean, our appointment's not till 2 anyways. So
No, our appointment is at noon.
it was between noon.
and 2.
Yeah.
But we have to get all the way up to Sechem, get him, and then bring him back down.
Yep.
It's like an hour and a half just to get all that shit done. Which is why we
it
were
would
meeting
probably-
at 9 a.m.
Yeah, it'd probably make more sense to go get Sechem first, and then maybe you can pick up your saddle on the way there.
I guess. I mean, the saddle was for Sechem,
Right?
Yeah.
and he's in the Nettle.
Do you
right.
any of you remember?
No, he's in the Cloudwood.
Oh,
That's
So
why
we're
we
in
were
the
meeting
Cloudwood.
at your place.
right.
Do any of you recall his suggestion for?
Yes, he was going to be using one of our strengths, like magically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had already offered to do
So
that.
presuming
I just
that-
figured.
That works. You get the impression that he'd be able enough to walk.
Okay. I
But-
just wanted to back up just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should have done it yesterday and forgot.
I mean,
It's
if,
okay.
If you want to have, I'll be fine. I mean,
Yeah, I would like to have had
Sure. a
So
saddle
let me-
is 25 gold.
cool. Oh darn, I can't afford 1,000 of them.
I know, right?
Sorry, I mean 100. Yeah,
was gonna
I'm
say.
a little shy of 100 of them. And I will add a saddle.
Oh, or actually, just for a normal riding one is only 10.
No, I'll pony up.
All right, cool. I'm just gonna ignore that pun, by the way. All right, saddle in hand.
Wait, you said 25 gold?
Yeah.
I'm seeing one for 10 gold, but
Yeah, that's what I
25
just said. And then
pounds.
you're like, no, I'm gonna get the good one. So you're getting.
no,
one
I
for
can't. I
25.
can't find one that's 25. Is what I'm trying to say.
Cool.
This
Alright,
is a real good one.
Cool. I got it. I was just adding one. Got it. I have my saddle in hand.
Awesome. You make your way up to the Cloudwood where you had previously met with Navard Sechem. He's there. Ready. He's got like a small knapsack of supplies ready to go. And he's got a couple of attendants with him. And he introduces you to Paza Mu, who is an orc. He has like shamanistic tattoos. He greets you. Ah, welcome back, constables.
Good to see you again. You seem to be doing well. Better today?
Ah, better than some days at the least. This is my colleague, Pazamu.
Pleasure to meet you.
Zug Zug.
Okay. That's gonna be helpful.
He'll be helping with casting the spell that will allow me to share some of your strength to get me atop the mountain.
Right.
If any of you are willing, we'll have him perform the ritual, and it'll take a drop of blood from any of you that are willing to help out, and I will share vitality with you.
Well, that's the least I can do. I'll pull out. Do I have a scimitar? I mean, I have my scimitar. Do I have something?
Pazamu has like a dagger.
Zeta drop.
And he holds a chalice that seems to have a milk looking substance in it, and a knife in the other hand, and holds out the knife handle first.
I'll take it and prick my finger and let
Okay.
a drop in the.
Anyone else?
Does adding more blood do anything?
Any that partake in the ritual will bear the burden equally.
I'll step up and give some.
Okay.
Yeah. In for a penny, in for a pound.
Theodore motions to his arm. I think I'm going to need all the strength I've got.
Okay. So the three of you will contribute to the ritual.
Yeah.
Navard will then take the chalice and drink. He then, like, his back straightens and he stands up straight. He pulls his pack up onto his shoulder and kind of like has like just a shudder kind of run down his body. You see visibly. Oh, well, it feels much better. I'm ready to go when any of you are.
Yeah, let's get going.
Yeah, we can go.
So just for reference,
Nope.
any damage that would be dealt to him
Yep.
is divided evenly amongst you three.
Okay.
It's a warding bond or something like that.
It's a custom ritual. If you
Okay.
if you wanted to know more, you can maybe give a Arcana check.
Sure. I'm knowledgeable in that. Was it a druidic type spell?
Let's see what your check is.
Okay. 21.
I got a 7.
You've heard rumors, Elfari, of rituals like this, but most of them are associated with more nefarious types of cults or magic beings. You recognize there's a scroll that Pazamu holds when he casts the ritual, and you catch a glimpse of it and recognize it as having been written on human flesh. But he tucks it away and the ritual is cast.
Okay. Seems like
And
something
actually the like the scroll crumples after he uses it.
okay. So not something I could potentially learn. I mean,
No.
especially if it's gone. Oh well. Well, let's head on up. Is this whole group coming with us, or is it just you?
I wouldn't want to put any more in danger than need be, and I think I trust in your abilities to keep myself safe, and well, if you were to protect the easier, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, let's make our way to the mayor, I believe.
Yep.
Indeed.
Alright. So you guys make it down through the Cloudwood and back to the mayor's manor, where he is expecting you. The butler who greeted you last time is once again present. Ah, constables, right this way. The mayor is waiting.
We head on in.
The mayor gives each of you an amulet.
Okay.
Make sure you keep this on for the entire duration of your stay up on the hill. It'll protect you. It's works in conjunction with the wards that I've placed around the base of the mountain. I've got here for you 4 kegs of goat's blood. Now it's important that you must paint a ring of blood around wherever you choose to make camp. It'll distract the spirits upon the mountain, and they should just circle around following the trail without coming any closer. They'll think they found a trail of a wounded animal. It's worked for myself and others in the past and kept us safe, so as long as you follow those instructions, I think you should be fine. I would suggest building a small fire. There is a chill upon the mountaintop, despite the heat of the season. But I suggest you try to hide the fire as best you can.
Okay.
With that, I think you should be cleared to ascend. On the way back, I want you to come back through the manor. I'll perform a purification ritual to clear away any dark energy clinging to you, and after you've done what you need to, you should be perfectly safe.
And in case of an emergency, what should we do?
Pray?
Do we come back to the manor to get you?
Well, you're going to the peak of the mountain, right?
Correct.
Then, if you can make it back here, then I'll do what I can, but...
How high up is the peak from here?
Oh, it's about an hour or two travel
I mean,
by foot.
literally up. How far up?
Oh,
Elevation.
Yeah.
about 2,000 feet or so.
Ooh. You said injured animals attract the spirits. What about uninjured, like little
the-
birds or whatever?
Well, they're attracted by the scent of blood, which is why I'm giving you blood. But, like I said, as long as you remain within a ring of it, they shouldn't go off the trail.
I meant more, are there naturally occurring little critters up there? Little birds, little...
Not too many.
Okay. I still have Animal Messenger, so...
The magics of the mountain seem to deter most natural creatures.
Oh, actually, I lied. I don't have Animal Messenger anymore. Got rid of it for the day.
Mm.
Never mind. I should have gotten rid of Heat Metal, actually. I think that's all the questions I have. We should head up, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Actually, I do have one more, because I thought about this last night. I'm gonna detail, like, my vision to him. Do any of these seem familiar to you?
Well, there are a wide variety of spirits upon the mountain, and what you've described doesn't seem too out of the ordinary for the types of creatures I've seen in my tenure here.
Okay, well,
And that's just a taste of what I have to put up with. So, well, perhaps you'd be a good candidate to train under me after this is all through. If you're
perhaps.
interested
Although
in
I'm not
pursuing
known
the-
to be long-lived. So that may or may not be a problem.
Regardless, you could learn a lot about the defense of dark arts.
True, I'd be glad to learn.
Just like Harriet Porter.
Divorce.
You missed that part. We were discussing Harriet Porter earlier.
Yeah,
It's canon.
It's canon.
apparently it is now.
I divorced the game.
All right. Any other questions before heading up?
I don't think so. Not from me.
All right. So you all head out with your amulets and kegs of goat's blood.
Yummy.
Yep. We all wear our good hiking boots and put on insect repellent and fey repellent, by which I mean I have my pocket watch with me.
Jack, Mina, and Elferi seem slightly more winded than they might normally be, but not a strenuous amount. But noticeable. And Navarre seems to be able to keep up with each of you fairly easily. Very spry, despite his looks.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's magic.
It's magic.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Is there anything you want to discuss as you ascend?
Nothing.
So what do you know about this words Cauldron Hill? Like, it's a great it's a great view of the sky, and it's close to the Fey realms. What else? Like, what makes this a good place?
I've never been up here per se, but from my understanding, I think we'll have a clear view of the stars tonight, and I'm certain that I'll be able to get one last clear vision and hopefully learn something that will help this city to thrive.
Did you have a vision last night at all?
No, the stars have been hiding from me. I fear, well, I know my time is coming to an end.
And you fear that they're hiding themselves because of that?
Who can say?
Well, you could give guesses.
Well, I don't know for sure, but something tells me that coming up here will give me what I need to know to help this city.
Are you approaching this like you're not coming back down?
I'm confident in your ability to protect me up and back down, but
Okay.
I'm fairly confident that this will be my last view of the stars, at least the last clear view.
Like I said, the ocean has a clear view fairly often. It might not be as significant as this one, but
Yes, but
Worth considering.
the ocean is so far from the sky. You will see tonight the difference.
I suppose I will.
And I think that will wrap up for tonight. And pick
Cool.
up next week atop Cauldron Hill.
Yay!
Ew.
Thank you for joining us for Zeitgeist, the Gears of Revolution.
In the year 2020.
Yeah.
Oh
it is.
shit.
Yeah. So I hope you all had a good time tonight.
Yep.
I think I might try later this week to start a stream of God of War, a new one,
Cool.
Sweet.
I enjoyed my time with it.
if I find some time.
Catherine and I are gonna have something going on Friday night, so
Are you done with Beyond?
Yes.
no.
Um.
So we'll either try to do that Thursday night, or we'll just wait a week if you want to do Thursday.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll figure that out.
Yeah. This is gonna be weird for us this week. We're finally doing Christmas with my family. So, well, okay. So
I
my
just need to
birthday.
hear the whole.
No. My birthday was on Thanksgiving, so I took that off, and I told work that I would take every other holiday for the rest of the year
Mm-hmm.
if I could have Thanksgiving off. And then my sister decided 2 years ago that it'd be a good idea to have a baby in January. So we just skipped Christmas, and now we're just gonna see them in January
Oh, I
for the
didn't know
baby's
they were having
birthday.
another baby.
Well,
Oh,
no.
they,
2
they
years
had
ago.
a baby. Oh, okay.
They'll be 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we're just going up for the younger one's birthday.
Gotcha.
And I'm a good aunt, and he will be getting 2 presents from me, not 1, because that's bullshit.
Yeah, we had that same restriction.
I will not be that aunt, not ever. But yeah, so this whole week's still weird for us.
Fair.
But after this one, everything should be basically back to normal.
Yeah.
Cool.
For more yelling at David Cage and how he's a bad storyteller.
Awesome.
Because I have a feeling that we saw the climax and high points of the game last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And that's
train
gonna be-
scene was particularly
Homeless Ellen Page.
yeah, so stay tuned for more of that, and we'll be back with more Zeitgeist next Monday.
Woo!
You and I are just the same brain in
That's
2
why we
separate
got
bodies. Anyway.
Alright. Good
Good
night,
night.
folks.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Till next time.